All right. And example 3 on page 273 in your book. You need to really follow along because it's a word problem. And so it says, in Mr. Hung's class, 20%, let's pull out the math, 20% of the students own roller shoes. Roller shoes. In Mrs. Trevino's class, 5, so this is Mr., I'll just put Mr., and in Mrs. Trevino's class, 5 out of 29, so that's a fraction, own roller shoes. So Mrs. Trevino. All right, and it says, in which class does a greater fraction of students own roller shoes? All right, so this is a little bit weird because you have a percent and a fraction. So you can go a little bit different on this here. But I think it's easy to turn this percent into a decimal. And so I'm going to get rid of the percent sign and move your decimal place over 2 because you're dividing by 100. And you get Mr. Hung's class has 0.2. And if we make her Mrs. Trevino's class into a fraction, from a fraction rather, to a decimal. We're going to stop, drop, divide. Decimal, we need that. So we're going to pull them both into decimals. And 29 goes into 5. It doesn't. 29 goes into 50 one time. So we're going to subtract that. And we get 1 because we borrow here. And we get 21. And bring down the 0, and 29 goes into 21 7 times. I'm going to use the book. And so we get 7, 63, 14, 20, and keep subtracting. Anyways, right away here, we can actually stop here because we have this as 0.17. And we're asking which one is larger. So is 20% greater than or equal to or less than 5/29? Well, if we have 0.2 and this one here is 0.17, we know that this one here is larger. Thank you. Bye-bye.